Thank you. Good morning. Oh, come on, guys. Good morning. Okay, we're awake here. Here we go. I've got a lot to do. Quick background. I'm the CEO of Net Future Institute. We don't sell anything. We really do a lot of research in this space. I'm also the editor of the Media Post IoT Daily, the largest IoT publication in the world. IoT, of course, is Internet of Things. I write the daily Connected Thinking column, which leads the IoT Daily every day. So I write a column 5 days a week, and I run the IoT Marketing Forum in New York. The next one is going to be in May. So that's kind of who I am and what I do. I've written a number of books in this space, so I've been tracking technology since forever. What I want to talk to you today about really the market today and tomorrow, kind of where this is really going. In terms of the next 4 years of AR and VR, global shipments are going to grow 6 times for VR headsets. AR is going to grow 150x. So it's huge. But when you look at units, VR shipments are going to be 61 million units, and AR shipments are going to be 15 million units of headsets. So the percentage growth is large, but the numbers are not as well. In terms of market size, by 2020, which is 2020, 2021, that's where everyone is looking for this space, essentially. $80 billion. By 2035, way out, we're looking at a market of $2.1 trillion. This is based on Citi Global Research. This is only a few weeks old, so it's very, very current. Most of the revenue, $1.3 trillion, is expected to come from end users. So that's where the money is going to be. It's really going to be coming from the consumers and the enterprise. Longer term, VR growth is going to be at 2%. AR growth is going to be at 68%. So you see the growth is coming, but it's not really right around the corner. In terms of where the growth is, if you look at AR and VR combined, AR leads by a lot in terms of the future, 2020 to 2025. Commerce, 78%. AR hardware, AR communication, AR enterprise, and you don't get down to gaming or VR until 31% down below. So AR is really going to be leading the way for some time. Early forms, this is one of my books, and I did this on all of my books since AR has been around. This was really kind of the early generation of AR. This is what we did. We put it on top of something, it linked to a URL, and away we went. And we did that in magazines and in newspapers. That's still happening a lot today. But that's really not where this is all going, obviously. In terms of virtual reality, we know cardboard kind of blew it wide open when Google said, hey, everybody can do this. New York Times sent out zillions of units, and now you get them, they're everywhere. They just give them away. 50 million cardboard apps have been downloaded, basically. This is really a very big space. Some good, what I think are some good VR content experiences are Priceline, Bonjour Paris, and VR Halloween show for Universal. So if you want something to look at, because a lot of the VR stuff is not, some of it's not that good, but these things really are good. In terms of where the market is actually going, I was at CES last week in Las Vegas. Anybody here go to CES last week? All right, so you know VR and audio were pretty much everywhere, mainly Amazon Alexa. So this is when you walk into the main hall at the Las Vegas Convention Center. This is a Samsung thing, and this is how the market, CES had 165,000 attendees, and their attendees, they're B2B. They're all business people. They're not consumers, but they're the people who are buying for the stores who for the next year are going to be selling to consumers. So when they all walked in the main building, this is what they saw. So you could get on this thing and gyro around, which they did. This is also Samsung. This is where everybody was basically sitting with headsets, and these are rocking chairs and everything. This is kind of a fun thing. It was really sort of a high-speed boat drive, and you went through the whole thing with the feeling, with air blowing at you. And this is what people are doing in VR now in terms of basically introducing it to the business marketplace. If you look at the top trends for 2017 for this year, VR AR is number 4 of all the trends that are coming. So there are a lot of activity in the space, if you will. In terms of the retail, this is the NRF show that I was at this 2 days ago. I'm in New York. And NRF is the National Retail Federation, and they do this following CES every year. It's got about, it's small, it's only 33,000 people. But the virtual reality and augmented reality is all over this marketplace. So this isn't, it's not really sort of in the labs anymore. It's coming into the real world, and consumers are going to start to see it very, very soon. The other thing that's happening is that the connected world, this is also at so these are connected shelves, which I wrote about this today. And these shelves are all dynamic, so it's basically real time. And what's happening is the consumer's walking up to this, and the pricing changes. They lift something off the shelf, and it tracks into inventory in real time. And inventory says, we have a lot of these, do a 2 for 1. And all of a sudden, that sign dynamically says, you can get 2 for the price of 1 right now. And they pick up the second one, bang, then the prices change again. So that's dynamic, and that's rolling into the market right now. And the shelving, this concept is not new, but now it's actually working, and it's practical from a price standpoint. So The other thing that's coming is really big in the U.S. Has been big in Asia for a long time, especially in Korea and in Japan. This is Pepper. Pepper's one of my favorite robots. I met with Pepper in Las Vegas as well as yesterday. This is yesterday at the NRF show, 2 days ago at the NRF show. And what we're doing is we're augmenting reality in terms of the product. So you've got a CPG product, consumer packaged good product, and you've got a robot, and now we're linking the two. And this is sort of where you need to look at where augmenting is going to occur. It's not necessarily going to be wearing a headset or a lot of things that we're doing today. It's going to be much more advanced in terms of hitting the marketplace. The other thing that's happening is we're tagging items, so we're changing behavior. Right now, 10 billion clothing items, 10 billion are being tagged, essentially. So customers are going to learn to tap this thing, and they're going to get this information on their phone. We're augmenting the physical experience. We're really linking these two things together, finally, mainly because of all the technology that we can be. This just launched last week. NASA's launching three VR experiences, and they're tapping into their astronauts to make sure this stuff is accurate. So there's a lot happening. Adidas, or in Germany, so it's Adidas, but Adidas in Germany, they've got touch screens that tested wildly successful where people touch. This is a window that's closed on a store. And what they did is people wouldn't touch the window because they were taught by their parents never touch the window when they were little kids. So they had to put a hand there. Once they put a hand there, people said, oh, I'm supposed to put my hand on it. I get it. And then they start touching the screen and actually buying products from the screen when it was closed. This is at NRF. We're augmenting big screen, big display screens. This has got near field communication built in. You tap it, and all of a sudden you've got different AR on your phone connected to the product, and it's dynamic in real time. This is a video of Holland. Some of you have probably seen this. This is this little girl in front of the parent. She's not there. This is really just it's a demonstration. She's in a different room on the left. And you can download this or Google it. Just look up HoloLens. The point is, we're living in the world of interim things. We're kind of in the middle. We're in between. That's why all this headset stuff, like this kind of stuff. This was at CES. I mean, this is how we're introducing VR to people. Sit on this thing, all these gyrations. If nothing else, it's a great thing to watch people do because it looks so ridiculous. But this isn't where it's going to be. This is just where it is right now. This is some stuff I tested while at CES in kind of the back rooms of CES. On the left, this is a wireless VR headset. So we're basically disconnecting the wires, and then on the right, this is basically a technology, a sensing technology on the front of a VR unit that actually, you look at your hands, it digitizes your fingers, then it knows where your hands are so you can pick up objects in space without holding any kind of device. So this is just an idea of where the things are going. Basically, all reality is going to be augmented. So you can't say, well, this is AR, that's not AR. All reality is going to be augmented. It's all going to be linked to digital stuff. And I'm going to give you, to close out, just a quick little video of how we're augmenting things in the real world.
Hey man, what's going on? What time should we come over? Hold on a second. My buddy says come around 5:30.
Who?
It's got a countdown to when the Bud Lights will be cold.
It. Anyway, did you say you have beer?
Yeah, said we've got 42 Bud Lights, plus whatever you bring.
All right, man. Cool. See you at 5:30.
With the Buddy Fridge, you can check how many beers you have from wherever you are. See how long it'll take your beer to get ice cold. Sync the app to your team schedule and it'll remind you when the game's on. Order Bud Light for home delivery right from your phone. This isn't the future, it's the Buddy Fridge.
So that's my view in 9 minutes of where AR, VR fit in the world of IoT. Thank you very much.